Today, we are creating Singapore's first ever Pokemon starters. But getting here was an absolute nightmare. I think we need the professor to explain the rules again.
Oh, the rules again, yes. Rule number 1, they must be based off grass, water, and fire. Rule number 2, they must be based off real Singapore wildlife. Rule number 3, we must base it off of land, water, and air. Rule number 4, they must have a perfect secondary typing triangle. Means rock versus paper versus scissors. And rule number 5, the most important rule of them all, they must be recognized as Pokemon. You cannot give me something that's based off Digimon. And that's it, there you have it, all 5 rules. Now back to you in the studio, Master Wallace.
Thank you, Professor. And now with the rules locked, it's time to choose our starters. 3 candidates. Let's begin.
So initially, based off the wildlife we have in Singapore, I was considering many candidates. This included the long-tailed macaques, the banded langurs, the Sunda pangolins, the hornbills, as well as the mud skippers and the terrapins. But it became clear to me there was only 3 that I could actually use.
For our grass starter, the first candidate, my favorite, the common palm civets. Mischievous, urban, well, in some cases, sociable. Kind of sounds like my guy. And so, our grass starter is selected. Next, we have our water starters. And candidate number 2, the smooth-coated otters. Singapore's very own river royalty. If I left these out, people would definitely riot. And so, our water starter is selected. And that leaves our third starter, the fire starter. Candidate number 3, the Asian koel. Never heard of the Asian koel? You've definitely heard of the Asian koel. Woo! You can hear them, but you don't really see them. I'm gonna give the Asian koel a thumbs up to be our fire starter. And so, we have the 3. The civet, the otter, and the Asian koel. C-O-K. Never mind, let's run with it. I think they're great starters. Now we just need to design them. I'm gonna draft out how the starters should look like before we get our very own production assistant, Chat Jiminy, to flesh those ideas out, because I'm a terrible artist. Chat, let's get to work.
This is the grass starter, and I designed it based off the civet. I just didn't want it to look Paw Patrol looking. It had to be green, of course. And then what we have here is the otter. I don't want it to be like traditional mascots that we see in the POSP banks and whatsoever. So I designed it after kind of Joseph Schooling with a medal around his neck. And this is my wonderful drawing of a bird. This is the koel, Angry Birds vibe. And I give it the red ruff around its neck, which will continue into the final design. Obviously, I ended up redesigning this as I thought it was a little bit too fierce. So now with our designs, let's go to Chad.
Good evening, Chat Gemini. Make this civet cat Pokemon a tail that's more leafy and less viney.
Here's a revised version of the Pokemon with a smaller, leafier tail and a less whiny expression.
Whiny?
Got it. Here's the civet cat Pokemon with a tail that emphasizes a more cabbage-like leafiness and fullness.
Oh, that's pretty cabbage. Well, now it looks like a Christmas tree.
1 eternity later.
It's still, you're not taking my information, man. It's still the same tail. Take away all the smaller leaves.
Understood. I will remove the remaining
Tail's gone. Let's make the tail more stripes instead of rings.
Sure, here is the image.
And things just got more chaotic. Like a civet with a microwave head, or a bird that was way too muscular for physical Asia. There was an otter with human knees, and Chad even came up with a chicken with his wings covering its eyes. I had to take matters into my own hands.
After 2 painful weeks, we finally have our starters. But, as rule number 5 states, these starters must be recognized as Pokemon. So we're gonna put it to a test. Will it Pokemon?
Will it Pokemon?
That's right, will it Pokemon? And for that, we trust the eyes of a child. And for this, let's go to the expert, my very own daughter.
Is this a Pokemon? Then you must say yes or no. You must hold the microphone to your mouth and say yes.
Yes.
Is this a Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about this one?
Yeah.
The last one is this a Pokemon. Yay! Well, she approved, I approve, and now it's your turn to approve. Singapore, meet your very own starters. For the grass starter, we have civet, based on the common palm civet. 3M Ninja. It has a lot of berries on its tail, and when it rattles its berries, it tends to chase its enemies away. Number 2, we have Civerex. Notice Civet's mohawk, and now for Civerex becomes a grassy bramble down from its head to its back. Cuts through grass, goes through the forest easy. For our third evolution, we have Mooseblade, guardian of the jungle. Once got mistaken for a lion. Its mohawk is now a full mane, but the ears are designed with the jungle cat in mind, which is another animal native to Singapore. Very proud of this. Yeah, it doesn't look like a He-Man one, right? And for civet, obviously running through the dark, it's a grass and dark type. And for our fire starter, we have, I know, it's not black, but do you know that the females are actually white and brown? This is Wooby. Wooby, because 5 AM will wake you up. It looks so dirty. And then we have Solera, which is more feminine in nature because I kind of want to design at least one feminine looking Pokemon. Its tail now has fins. And the third stage evolution, we have Solar Flare, which is kind of based off a secretary bird, which is a bird I saw once in Singapore. Also, we love flamingos and peacocks. So that's why we have its tail ready to fan out. It has completely lost its ability to fly. That's why it's a fire psychic type now. So dark knocks out psychic, but fire knocks out grass. So that leaves our water type, which is based off the otter. As a starter, we call it Lotra. Very cute. 5 diamonds across his chest. Eventually, the middle chest grows bigger when it becomes Lotrol. Looking at it, don't tell me that it doesn't look like one of those otters that we have here, constantly wanting to fight. Now, the middle diamond has become a shawl here around his neck. And for the last stage, we have Octarion, which is a water fighting type Pokemon. Its diamond has now become like a tide of water around its neck, and he can use it to water pals. There you go. And that's it. Our Singapore starter trio. Let's roll the montage. So these are the starter Pokemon for the Singapore region. If you want their shiny forms, let me know. Comment down below.
This video is the beginning of a massive entire series where we are creating a whole new region based on not just Singapore but the entire Southeast Asia. Which of these 3 starters will you be taking along this journey? Let me know in the comments.
Personally, I might go with Ruby. It's too cute. So if you've enjoyed today's video, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Next week, we'll be doing 2 videos, so look out for that. I'll see you next week. Stay shiny.